Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And today we're going to be making some fun fridge magnet gift sets. I originally got some of these magnets from an FSX sister as like a gift and I really thought they were super cute. I just absolutely love these and I've been wanting to do a tutorial on them for a long time. But recently I had posted this photo in my stories of a super cute picture that my daughter had colored for me, and I put it on her fridge with one of those magnets, and somebody asked me if we could do a tutorial on them. So I thought, perfect timing. Thanks for reminding me. Here we are. You know, you're gonna find all the products in this video listed and linked down below in the description box. You might even find some discount codes for you there as well. So that's enough chit chat for me. Let's go ahead and get started. You guys, so here's the mold we're going to be working with today. I've got some pearls that don't have any holes in them and some pressed flowers. I've already mixed 60 milliliters of epoxy here. And we're just going to start out by pouring in a very, very small amount of epoxy into the molds that we want to work with first. I'm not going to pour into all the ones that I'll be utilizing for this project. I'm just going to start on one side and work my way to the other. Before I pour in some of that resin, I am going to spray the mold with some rubbing alcohol just into the sections that I'm pouring into, filling it less than halfway with my resin. And then I'm just going to use these tweezers to put in some of the fresh, or the, not fresh flowers, these pressed flowers. They're a little bit tricky to pick up and I don't want to break or damage them because they're very delicate. I got these on Amazon. You can get these packs in all different kind of colors. They're fairly inexpensive. And I just like to, you know, kind of play around with some combinations. Remember that what you're putting in from the back is what you're going to see from the front of the magnet. So try to think of things going in reverse, I guess. I also backed it with a little bit of greenery to add some dimension. These are so cute. After I got all my greenery in there, I'm just going to top off the remainder of the mold with some more of the epoxy, using my tweezers to make sure everything's nice and pushed down and doing one last kind of rearrangement there. And then I'm going to spray that with some rubbing alcohol. Just one fine mist is enough. That rubbing alcohol, when we first poured the mold and when we last are done with it, is what's going to help us with our bubbles. We don't want to use a lot of heat on these molds because it's not good for your molds. If you want to hit it with your torch like really quick, I guess you could do that. But just, you know, be careful. All right, so once I've got that done, I moved on to the next set that I wanted to do with this mold. Again, starting by spraying a little bit of rubbing alcohol into the parts we want to work on, filling the mold just halfway, adding in our flowers, arranged kind of backwards, because remember what we put in from the back is what we'll be seeing from the front. This time I used a combination of some kind of larger flowers since this heart shape was a little bit bigger. Again, once I got all of the flowers in that I wanted, I filled the rest of my mold with the epoxy resin and hit it with a little more of that rubbing alcohol to help with the bubbles. I used the same exact process through these oval and circle shapes through the middle. Only this time, instead of adding the flowers, we're going to be adding these little pearls. This pearl set that I got from Amazon does not have holes in them. So I thought that they would be perfect for shaker molds, but then I decided I don't like shaker molds that much. So this is a great project for these. Basically, I just put as many that would fit in there without them peeping above the surface of the resin. I also later decided I wanted to add rhinestones to this. I wish that I would have added the rhinestones first, so it would have been easier to have, you know, the sparkly side of my rhinestones facing out, but that's okay. So here I am adding these rhinestones. These are crystal AB, different sizes, different shapes from Auntie Tay. And I just added them in the same way that I added in the pearls, only again, this time I had to kind of nestle them in there so that the right side would be facing out from the mold. Here's kind of a close-up of what I'm doing with those, like how I'm nestling it into the pearls to make sure that the back side of the rhinestone is facing up. Then once I've got all my jewels and pearls in there, again, fill up the mold all the way to the top, then hit it with my rubbing alcohol to help pop any bubbles. After I filled all the molds I wanted to work with today, I let this sit on a safe and level surface for at least 24 hours before we moved on to the next step. Here are my pieces all dried and fully cured. Before I demold these though, we are going to dome the back of them with some UV resin. By doming, we're just gonna fill in the parts of our pieces that might have like cured a little bit concave, or if we had some of the edges of those pearls sticking out a bit. It's just gonna add for a more professional look. If you wanna completely skip this step, you absolutely could, but I just think this gives this a more elevated, finished look. After I get enough UV resin in there to just coat the top of those, I'm gonna hit it with my torch super quick, and then I'm gonna put it under my UV light for about 60 seconds. Once that's dry, I am going to put a tiny, tiny, tiny drop of UV resin right in the center of my piece. I'm going to put one of these magnets on there, holding it in place with my silicone tool, and then putting this under my UV light just for a few seconds before I let go with the silicone tool, because those magnets have a tendency to slide a bit. If you wanted to apply the magnets to the whole sheet before moving on to demolding these, you absolutely could. But I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to see what these looked like. Look at how pretty those rhinestones look under the epoxy with the pearls. So fancy. I love it. I repeated those same steps for the whole mold, and I can't even tell you how satisfying it was to pull these pieces. They all turned out so cute. I had so much fun creating these and experimenting with different things to put in there. I think this would be so much fun if you wanted to do like themed sets for gift baskets or something. Like if you wanted to do all fall colored glitter, Halloween colored glitter with like several colors, or Valentine's Day, holidays. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It's so much fun. Look at these, so pretty. If you find that some of your pieces have some like danglies to them or sharp edges, just chop that off with your craft knife, being careful not to cut yourself. I found these little metal tins on Amazon, and I thought they were absolutely perfect for putting these together as gift sets. I was able to fit 6 magnets into this little tin here, which I think makes the absolute cutest little gift. Like if you wanted to tuck one of these in with, you know, your tumbler, think of stocking stuffers, free gifts for your customers. I don't know, but look at how cute these look on my fridge. Absolutely love them. Those magnets are really strong. And I wanted to add, of course, a little decal for the top. So with my Cricut and some just regular permanent vinyl, I cut out "Thank You," sized at about 1 1/4 inches wide by about 1.5 inches tall. And I'm just going to put that in the center of this window on our tin here to finish it off. Of course, you could put whatever you wanted there. But look at how cute these are. I mean, stocking stuffers, teachers' gifts, you name it, just so cute. Okay, so here's a different idea that I did with some heart molds. I did spritz these with alcohol really quick before we started. If you're wondering what kind of alcohol I'm talking about, we're talking about 91% rubbing alcohol is ideal. This time I'm going to fill my molds all the way to the top. If you wanted to use the same technique with the last mold that I showed you, you absolutely could. Once I've got those molds filled, I am gonna just start dropping in different colored alcohol inks. These inks are from my friend Jen with Jen's Crafted Gems. This is from the starter pack. I will put a link down below on where you can find these. They're probably sold out, but she'll be restocking soon, okay? So we're just gonna drop in our colors, and then I'm also going to drop in some white alcohol ink over the top. In hindsight, I wish that I had added more white to add a little more dimension and detail, but that's okay. Make sure you mix that white up before you drop it in. I also mixed in some chunky opal glitter. This is Icy Opal from Maestra Creations. I will have it linked down below, as well as a discount code. And after I got all those filled, again, I just set this on a safe and level surface to dry for at least 24 hours before we moved on to the next step. Here we are over a day or so later. These are nice and hard, and they are so satisfying to demold. Look at how beautiful these look. The colors are absolutely gorgeous, and I think this is just such a fun way to test out your alcohol inks, get true colors, see how they react under epoxy. Don't worry if you have any kind of like pokey, weird bits on that. We could just chop that off with our craft knife. And after I've got the edges all trimmed up, I'm going to dome the backs, same way that I did the last ones, only these have already been demolded. So I have to be a little bit more careful this time around, kind of holding them steady and level, pouring just enough onto the backs of these to cover it up, and then I will put it under the UV light for about 60 seconds or so. Here's a close-up of me doing one where you can see how I almost like outline the piece with the nozzle of my UV resin and then fill in the rest. Kind of how you would like ice a cookie with royal icing in a way, making sure that I get it spread all the way to the ends with my silicone tool. Also pop any bubbles that I might see. If you wanted to hit it with your torch really quick, you could do that too, but it's not really necessary with this resin. And then again, put it under the light for at least 60 seconds. Once I got all of those domed on the back, which is a totally optional step, if you don't want to dome them, you don't have to. To apply the magnets, I'm just applying a very small drop of the UV resin, holding my magnet in place with my silicone tool, and again putting it under the light for just a few seconds to hold it in place. Then I'll let go with my silicone tool and let it finish up the cure process, which is about a couple minutes under the light. Here is our finished product. These turned out so beautiful. I love how vibrant and colorful these inks are under epoxy. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you liked my video, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And a big thank you to all of our Flynn Sisters exclusive members. Thank you for your pledge. Your support means the world to our channel. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.